हेलो दोस्तों, आज मैंने मीशो से एक कुर्ता सेट लिया है। पसंद आने से मन लाइक कीजिएगा। थैंक यू।
Dove Beauty Bar with Nutrient Serum. Infused with 1/4 moisturizing cream, it goes.
अरे कम ओह माय गॉड चैट मेरा गांव से मेरा मतलब चाची का लड़का है से आई एम स्ट्रीमिंग ना से हाय कैमरा हो रहा से हाय सो गाइस हिज नेम इज रोहित रोहित नेगी रोहित ऐसे स्ट्रीम करते हैं तो चाची का लड़का तो क्या नेगी तो होगा सही में चाची का रोहित भाई नाम सही में चाची का हां गाइस हिज नेम इज एरन ये सिक्किम से एंड मैं पहली बार किसी बंदे जो मतलब किसी लौंडे से मिला हूँ जो कि मेरा दोस्त भी है जो सिक्किम से हो भाई। तो सिक्किम भाई सिक्किम के बारे में कुछ पता भाई एरन मतलब बहुत यूनिक जगह है कुछ पता। ये एमएलबीबी का प्लेयर है और एक्स ई स्पोर्ट्स प्लेयर है इसका बीच में आएगा लेकिन अभी एमएलबीबी खेलता है। बताओ भाई सर भाई मेरी चैट यार आप सिक्किम से हो राइट तो कैसा है सिक्किम क्योंकि मैंने कभी नहीं देखा भाई। अच्छा है सुंदर है सुंदर तो तुम भी हो सुंदर तो ये भी है भाई हाँ भाई कैसा सिख अच्छा है मतलब हाँ भाई बोल नहीं पा रहा ब्रो बहुत शर्माता है। और बी ऑनेस्ट मतलब आपके हिसाब से इंडिया का बेस्ट आइडल कौन है? मैं मेरी तरफ क्यों देख रहा है ये मेरे अंदर भी बोलो बोलो और बोल गया तुम नहीं बोलो ना बोलो 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 अच्छा ये संजी की तरफ देख के हंस रहा है बोलो बोलो बोल क्यों नहीं रहा है? नहीं आइजल तो अच्छे हो बस कंपाउंड ओए ये एमवीपी ट्रॉफी का कुछ मतलब नहीं रहा दे दो नहीं भाई जी एक प्लेट एक प्लेट खाना खा लो भाई क्या बोलो। अच्छा तुम गन पावर की बात कर रहे हो तुमने देखा नहीं क्या अभी रिसेंटली जो डब्ल्यूसीसी का टूर्नामेंट हुआ तो लेडीज लोग तो मार दिया नहीं मैं ऐसा सेक्सिस्ट नहीं हाँ सेक्सिस्ट नहीं हो लेकिन सेक्सी हो तुम। अच्छा मतलब ये बताओ कि मतलब सिक्किम में मतलब नॉर्थ ईस्ट में आता है राइट तो मतलब मेरा हमेशा से था कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट की मतलब मुझे एक लड़की अच्छी दोस्त बनाती है तो तुम्हारी कोई सिंगल फ्रेंड्स है? हाँ कोई तो होगा ब्रो कौन वुमेन सेफ्टी बोलो नहीं है कुछ हंसे जा रहे
हम तुम्हें पूरे घर में ढूंढ रहे हैं और तुम यहाँ बैठ के शराब पी रही हो।
रिया, वो गरीब देव के चक्कर में तुम सस्ती बेवड़ी बन गई हो।
तो हे गाइस कैसे हो आप सब? आज गॉटलेट आर्ट से स्टार्ट हो रहे हैं एंड ऑलरेडी आपको पता ही है यहाँ पर खेलने वाली 16 टीम में से एक हमारी इंडियन टीम में होने वाली है टीम ओरेंगुटैन। अब आगे आने वाले 2 दिन गाइस काफी इंपॉर्टेंट होने वाले हैं। एग्जैक्टली अगर हम बात करें मैचेस की तो यहाँ पर हमको 18 मैचेस देखने को मिलेंगे एंड ये 18 मैचेस के बाद जो भी टॉप 7 टीम्स होगी वो डायरेक्ट क्वालिफाई कर जाएंगी पीएमजीसी के ग्रैंड फाइनल्स के लिए एंड बाकी की टीम्स जाएगी ग्रुप स्टेज में जहाँ पर उनको टूर्नामेंट की बाकी टीम से कॉम्पीट करना पड़ेगा। तो सभी वर्ल्ड की टॉप टीम्स के लिए गाइस ये गोल्डन चांस है डायरेक्ट ग्रैंड फाइनल्स में क्वालिफाई करने का। एंड साथ ही बात करें हमारे इंडियन फैंस के बारे में तो वो भर के टीम ओरेंगुटैन को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं। और गाइस नेक्स्ट हम लोग बात करने वाले हैं कुछ न्यू अनाउंसमेंट्स के बारे में। तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल टीम रेवेनेंट एक्सपार्क उनके 2 प्लेयर्स को रिवील कर दिए हैं तो वापस से निंजा जोड़ का कमबैक हो चुका है टीम रेवेनेंट एक्सपार्क में। साथ ही में फ्रैकर भी टीम को ज्वाइन कर लिए हैं। बट इसके साथ अगर बात करें
लोल्स ने पबजी में 60-70 बंदे मार के वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड वापस से कैसे बना दिया जो देख लेते हैं।
चलो चल आओ 50 किल पे चले गया बताओ मत करो एक
बोला 50 है
आपको क्या लग रहा है किल पाऊंगा इससे कि नहीं
होंगे कितने?
Wow, racing maps await you.
You built up a bit more confidence yesterday? That's a very big question that we're going to see.
Engaged. Just like us, we're jumping straight into this one, right?
Yeah, I'm locked in. Not the tomatoes, not the onions. Stop throwing them, please, please. I can only take so much.
He's in the stocks, bro. He's in the stocks on this.
I got put in the stockades yesterday. It was crazy. But we're straight back into things over on Rondo here, Northern Plain Path. Should be a good one. Hopefully less of the water in this one. As was yesterday, because yesterday's finish was pretty insane, and I think we were theorizing behind the scenes. Probably shouldn't have been possible in the first place. I think it was fairly cruel. And there's only so much water in Rondo as well, right? You got a little bit down towards Rinjiang, and then most of it's over towards Tulingjin and Sydney. And we managed to head right there, which was very unfortunate. Already though, we're getting those hot drops coming through, the three-mans going up against one another, trying to get as many points as possible in the early game of Rondo.
We saw those big pickups right at the beginning of yesterday. I think it was 6 points earned off Alpha 7, right? That was pretty incredible stuff off one team to be able to extract 6 elimination points right off the bat. Was brilliant. That was R8, I believe, who were able to be the main profiteers of that one. We are going to be heading up to the northeast side on the circle as our hot drops continue to unfold. I'm sure we're going to have more than just GS and Geek on our plates very, very shortly. But of course, remember those recall beacons. We harp on about it enough. You guys should be familiar at this stage with just how it will work. You can see a little bit of maybe trepidation for these teams right now to kick things off.
Kind of crazy that you've got SAFG from DK all the way up towards the northwest side of the map, south of Minhu. This is Bradley on the other side of the world right now to the rest of his squad. Obviously, Nurzed in the mix with the rest of them. So Ragnarok and Kevin. I think this is a pretty good mix as well in terms of firepower versus GS, but GS brought out some surprising gameplay yesterday, some pretty strong stuff. Alright, Marth starting things off versus Revo with the knock, takes him down instantaneously. That's what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, looks like maybe we're on for a repeat over there. Brazilians getting bandied about. Meanwhile, APG looking to try and hold the door frame. Top can't quite land the spray. With the UMP around the corner, the step in with the micro Uzi is good, but it's going to be all right for Alpha Gaming. They are actually very, very split. They're on a four-way split. Every single one of their players dropped solo, and they will have plenty of opportunity to go for these recall beacons. But that seems an interesting choice for APG.
Yeah, it's super weird as well, considering like Alpha Gaming strategy is to drop as a 4-man on Rondo. Come to globals, it's like, let's drop as a 1-man. In 4 different locations, which I don't think it's ideal. And I mean, all 4 of these positions are not in the circle either. So this is a complete, I don't want to say waste of time from Alpha Gaming, but it's not great. Let's put it that way. So to regroup here, you'd have to battle through R8, A7, DRX, even OG's in front of you here. Could be a bit of a menace to you. So I think that overall this is a bit of a difficult scenario right now for APG. Not sure I'm on board with the strategy just yet. We'll have to wait and see.
The one thing I think may have happened there is that they were trying to camp multiple recall beacons, right? And I'm really giving them some slack here. I feel like it's very tenuous of a link, but yeah, it's a weird play. It's certainly not something we've seen before on Rondo. Where teams are balling up for the death balls. Okay, that was first blood, and I mean that makes sense. You hit the deck, you get that M4 on board, you're gonna hit those sprays all day. Looks like they do get some retribution though. Alpha 7 back in.
Yeah, I think Obscure's been playing very well, honestly, for Alpha 7. Out of all the players as well, you sort of expected to be Revo, Creo, pulling out that magical moments, but honestly, Obscure's been very strong, even just on the nades overall. Jafar at distance here from GS with DS3 and Icon inside the building. He seems to be dipping out a little bit here. There is one nade in the hands of Icon. Could be quite deadly versus GK, but this fight is massively slowed down. And again, this is towards the north side of Judena City, so they're not really towards the circle just yet either. Both teams likely would have to rotate on that north side. It is slightly weird for GK with SAFG being over towards that northwest side, where the intention here is I guess not to lose the fight, but if they don't lose the fight, regrouping with SAFG might be slightly rough. Let's put it that way, because they got to push through map balls. There's Deke Xavier in front of them over towards Conceal as well. So yeah, I don't know how that happens. Reefus is down from Alpha Gaming. He tried to look in on this fight, and Marv said no.
Marth's cracking on. He's having a great day so far. And R8 very happy to earn these points back. They do still need to get one of their teammates back into the fold. They did, of course, lose that one to Obscure. But Alpha 7 seem to have actually regrouped here now as well. They are all 4 players alive. Spotted and off angles there. Rizal actually landing the shots on the Marth, and there's no response. Nice little pickup. He steps through, gets the flush for Alpha 7. Another point added to the tally. But is Amori going to find that answer? Doesn't look like it. He hits the deck in time.
It's a pretty aggressive push here coming through from Marth, honestly. And at least he does reveal the position from Guizhou as well as Carrillo, but that's about it. They do have the outpost and Prestige down towards Rinjiang, which is pretty far out from the circle, but they can pick their players up. I think right now, probably Prestige is just asking Amuri to see if he can get a knock, get a flush, and then just leave out of here. VP enters the scenario as well, as does Xiol from APG. It's a full 4-man squad now, back up and in position.
All right, okay, Aragon moving into the corner here with Boston as well. Revel has oversight, he's warned his teammate. He's not going to be able to do too much more. Carrillo, though, able to find Aragon on the first, step into the bathroom for a heal as well. Another APG player goes down, but it seems like that's just par for the course at this stage. They are just adding points to everyone else's tallies at the start of this game. Alpha 7 popping off, though, and keeping things going. Carrillo on the corner, an indomitable Fortress keeping Virtus.pro's duo up there.
I think the thing is here is that at least Joel gets information there's 2 teams in this area, and then they all regroup down towards Yulin, so they could push north and hold out both these squads if they wanted to. Virtus.pro's got a similar situation where they've got an outpost over towards Stadium that they can refresh their players from, but Alpha 7 definitely weathered the storm there. It was not easy versus R8 in particular, but R8 also back up to 4 players. And Murray, though, looking for a little bit more, doesn't quite find it as Carrillo hits the deck, but will get res fairly quickly afterwards. Let's take a look at what's happening over towards the circle on the northeast side. Great start from Thunder Talk on a 2-2 split, which they quickly regroup towards a central position. They're holding high ground with Sai Ting, as well as Sing towards the lower end of things, just providing scouting capabilities towards that southern side.
That river that sits in the middle of this circle, Blank, has some really difficult crossing points. I mean, we saw just how treacherous those riverbanks can be yesterday on our Rondo game, but in general, there's not the easiest time where maybe on a map like Erangel, when you're crossing that central river, the riverbanks are a little bit more forgiving. I feel like there's a lot of verticality on the Rondo riverbank. There are obviously some places where you can get across, and obviously those bridges will be an option, but it's going to be pretty tricky for teams who haven't already made it to go straight through. So I'm expecting quite a lot of wide ramps from teams in the southwest.
I think getting over towards Ryan is probably the best idea, and then you can wrap down towards DRX's position, potentially take some high ground for yourself, but it does depend on this next circle, right? Because if it does shift down towards the southwest here, like you're looking at Test Track, you're looking over towards that hillside in the west, but it doesn't happen. We head over towards 1-6. I think that this is actually fairly rough in terms of position of play. And GS, though, still going strong versus Kike here. This fight has raged on for quite some time.
It shows no signs of slowing either. D3S wants to hop out with the auto shotty. Wow. Doesn't find the first, the second, not so lucky, but there is still that trade around corner. Actually, only 1 player now remaining for Kike, I think. No, for GS. Just Jafar. He's been in these spots before. We saw it against APG down in the C block fight that we saw in match 2 yesterday. And now he needs to find Kevin on the corner. The recall beacon just outside is beckoning, but he needs to get through this hurdle first. Kevin's running low on ammo, but he has got the other weapon in the back pocket.
Nice.
Jafar handles him low, not even going to be able to loose a shot his way.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play there from Jafar. Some great baiting as well. I mean, both players had 0 meds to work with, and they would have heard each other using them. So Jafar just baits out the scenario, waiting for that desperation play. He has a full sweep on the edge as well, where he can swing wide. So it's really, really smart maneuvers. Wolves here going up against Regnum Kai. Now, there's a lot of talk about Regnum Kai yesterday, which, as we all know, was pretty poor. I think losing a player pretty much in the early moments of the map each time definitely hurt them, right? They were playing as a three-man, multiple maps, and they just couldn't get much done from there. But Random Kai usually uses that day one as a big study day. Though I was a little disappointed in the performance that they put up. I thought they'd get a little bit more than 19 points overall. But already Rondo starts fairly decently in a strong central position as well.
I'm liking the little pop-ups on the tower graphic on the right-hand side. I don't know if you've clocked it, guys at home, but if a recall does happen, we saw it just on the Wolves tab there. It will show who has been pulled back up and when it will happen. A little gold flash appears on the right-hand side of your screen.